Just what are the essential documents and what is the objective of having these documents in the trial so that the trial can be evaluated for the good conduct to make sure that the GCP is being followed and to make sure that the regulations were being implemented, protocol was being followed. So to uh, check all this, whether the trial was in compliance with the regulations, guidelines, and protocol, there is a need to maintain the essential documents. And whenever there is any audit inspection, the regulatory authority inspectors, the auditors, these are the first document that they request for to check the conduct of the trial, to check the conduct of the sponsor investigator during the trial. So everything can be evaluated by looking into these documents. So here there are 20 documents. So ED means essential documents before study initiation, means before we start the study, what are the essential documents that we need to have in place. So minimum, there will be 20 essential documents that needs to be in place before we start the trial. So if we want to supplement more document which are relevant to the trial, so we need to justify, and then we can add those documents on top of these 20 essential documents. Or if we want to reduce the number of documents, so that also we can do, but we need to justify in the trial that why these documents are not required. Suppose we are doing the trial for any devices, then we don't need the documents related to the drug, so we can remove those drug related essential documents. So in that case, we are reducing the number of essential documents. Then we need to give the justification that why these are not important. So this means that minimum there will be 20 essential documents before we start the trial. During the trial, minimum 25, and towards the completion of the trial, there will be 8 documents. So on top of that, if you want to add, we can supplement the documents. If you want to reduce, we can even reduce the documents, but need to justify that why this is being done. So the first document that we need to have in place before we start the trial, means before we start taking the patient in the trial, is the NDA or the CDA. CDA stands for Confidentiality Disclosure Agreement, or NDA stands for Non-Disclosure Agreement. So this is the first document that the investigator received from the sponsor. So suppose the sponsor has selected a list of maybe 3 investigators, whom out of 3, the investigator sponsor is going to finalize one with whom they want to carry out the trial. So before they pass the trial related documents to the trial site, they want the site, the investigator, to sign the confidentiality agreement, that is CDA agreement. So this agreement, once signed by the investigator, in this agreement it states that whatever trial related information the sponsor is sharing with the trial site, the investigator is not going to share or disclose this trial related confidential information with any other team or parties. So if the investigator agrees that yes, I'm not going to share this trial related information with any other parties or the study teams, then they will sign this CDA agreement and return it back to the sponsor. So once the sponsor get this agreement signed by the investigator in writing, then the sponsor is going to release the protocol and the list of questions that they want the answer from the investigator to the trial site. Means CDA is the first document that the sponsor passes it to the investigator, which states that whatever information the sponsor is going to share with the investigator throughout the study will be kept confidential between the investigator and that study team and will not be disclosed to any other party or any other research team.